Now discuss about the vector integrals and theorems. There are three integrals are there: line integral, surface integral, volume integral. So line integral, if f is a vector field, let us consider a path here. Means you can say C, a curve is here. C. Lower limit means the initial point is A, final point is B, and you have to find out the line integral of f along this path C. C is the, you can say C is the path, C is the path, or you can say curve. So the line integral is f dot dl. So the lower limit is A, upper limit is B, f dot dl. Generally, this is the formula of work done, W. And you see the line integral here is a scalar. When you take the line integral, it is a scalar. Okay. Then come to some case, the line integral around a closed surface. You see, around a closed surface, here this symbol changes. It is the closed surface, closed curve symbol, f dot dl. And if the line integral is 0 around a closed curve, line integral 0, then f is called conservative field. So there may be a question, what is a conservative field? So you have to write, if the line integral of a vector field around a closed curve is 0, then that vector field is called conservative field. And the same conservative field also you can say irrotational vector field. So why conservative vector field is called irrotational, I will explain later, okay, after the theorem. So only you remember now, the conservative field is also called irrotational vector field. I will explain after the theorem. Then come to surface integral. The surface integral of f is surface integral symbol, f dot ds. This ds you can write n cap ds. The ds also can be written as n cap ds, where n cap is the vector normal to the surface. N cap is the vector normal to the surface, and ds, generally ds, it is a elementary surface. You can say dx dy or dy dz or dz dx. Okay, it is a elementary surface ds. Here dl is the elementary length. dl is the you can say infinitesimal length. Okay, infinitesimal length. Similarly here you can say elemental or infinitesimal surface ds, small area ds. Here it is the small length, here it is the small area. Okay, and ds you can write dx dy dz dx. Similarly dl also you can write dl as dx or dy or dz. Means if you take it along x-axis, you can write dx, along y-axis you can write dy, along z-axis you can write dz. Generally it is dl. Generally the symbol is dl. Similarly the general symbol is ds. The ds also you can write dx dy dz. Okay, so or dz dx. One case is there, if the surface integral of f dot ds is 0, then that vector field means f is said to be solenoidal vector field. F is said to be solenoidal vector field. Okay, so how it is called solenoidal vector field, I will explain after the theorem. After the theorem, I will explain why it is called solenoidal vector field. Okay, next theorem, next integral is your volume integral. The volume integral of f is volume integral symbol here, f dv, and also you can write triple integration sign, f dv, means along x, along y, along z. Dv can be written as it is a small volume. dv also you can write a small volume. Let it is a volume, cubical volume v, and dv is a small part of the volume. That is dv is a small part of the volume. Okay, it is three dimensional. dv is a three dimensional. You can write dx, dy, dz. N cap is the normal to the surface. Let S is a surface enclose the volume. S is a surface enclose the volume, and this the volume integration is f dv. We'll discuss in theorem about this, but as for this dv is concerned, dv is dx, dy, dz. dv is what? The volume element, and this figure I will explain the theorem case. Okay, it is the theorem case. Volume dv is the elementary volume dv. So come to this theorem, Gauss divergence theorem. So what is the objective of theorem? Theorem transfer one integral to other integral. Here the Gauss divergence theorem, it transfer volume integral to surface integral. Volume to surface. Let here it is a cubical volume. dv is a elementary volume, and S is a surface enclose the volume. S is the surface enclose the volume, and n cap is the vector normal to the surface S, and ds is a, you can write ds is a elementary surface. ds is a elementary surface, dv is a elementary volume, and the theorem expression, mathematical expression is volume integration divergence of dv is equal to surface into a dot ds. So it changes volume to surface integration. Then Stokes theorem change to surface to line integration. Stokes theorem objective is change to surface to line. So the curl of let A is a vector field. Curl of A dot ds is equal to line integration of A dot dl. So Stokes theorem changes surface to line. Your Gauss divergence changes volume to surface. So this theorem transfer one integral to other integral. So you should remember it is volume to surface, or you can also vice versa. It is surface to line or line to surface, vice versa. Okay, so then come to a problem here. Using Gauss divergence theorem, prove that the volume of a sphere of radius r is 4/3 pi r cube. Okay, so consider a sphere. Consider a sphere of radius r. Okay, consider a sphere of radius r. Okay, and you have to find out the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cube using Gauss divergence theorem. Then the general formula of Gauss divergence theorem. Here vector is r. Here the vector is r. Then divergence of r dv is equal to, as per the mathematical expression, it is surface integral r dot ds, or this r dot ds also you can write. Also you can write surface integration r ds cos 0. Why you can say cos 0? Because you can say let it to the ds. ds is the elementary surface, and n cap and ds is along the same direction. So in the same direction the angle is 0. So the dot product here, dot product means cos 0, cos theta. So cos theta angle is 0. So cos 0 is 1. So simply it is rds. R is a magnitude of r. So r it is a constant. So you can take outside the surface integral. Surface integral along the surface, not the r. So here r is taken as constant, and you can take outside. So surface integration ds. So you know the surface integration ds is equal to the total surface of the sphere 4 pi r square. So it is 4 pi r square, and here divergence of r, you know from the divergence case, divergence of r is 3. So it is divergence of 3, volume integration dv. So you can write v, volume integration of the volume integration over entire volume of the sphere is 3, it is v. So then 3 and 3v, so it is r 4 pi r square. Then you will find v is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, so in this way you will get the volume of the sphere as 4 pi r cube, 4 by 3 pi r cube. Then come to our next problem. Here I mentioned the conservative field as irrotational. So how I say conservative field is irrotational? Okay. So after this problem 1, how conservative field is called irrotational vector field. Conservative field means what? If the line integration f dot dl is 0, then f is called conservative field. So as per the formula of Stokes theorem, you can write f dot dl, the line integration, as surface integration curl of f ds as per the Stokes theorem. So it is the Stokes theorem. So as per the Stokes theorem, you change the line to surface. So as it is 0, result is 0. So if the integration is 0, the integrand part should be 0. That means curl of is equal to 0. So already we know if curl of any vector field is 0, then that vector field is called irrotational vector field. Similarly, come to another problem. Already I explained. If the surface integration of a vector field is 0, then that vector field is called solenoidal vector field. So how it is called solenoidal? It is the answer. How it is the solenoidal? So as per the Gauss divergence theorem, you change the surface integral to volume integral. So it is the volume integral. F dot ds is equal to divergence of f dv. Result is 0 as per the condition. Result is 0. F dot ds is equal to 0. So result is 0. Okay. So if the integration is 0, the integrand part should be 0. So divergence of is equal to 0. So already we have discussed, if any that means divergence of any vector is 0, then that vector field is called solenoidal vector field. So f is called solenoidal vector field. So it is all about the vector integral theorem and the problems related to the theorems. So you collect more problems from different books of gradient operator, divergence operator, curl operator, and if possible some problems from the theorems, and write in your assignment copy.